Prime Cabinet Secretary of Kenya, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, thank you very much for your remarks. It is now time to get into our panel conversation this morning. Like we said, we're looking at areas of collaboration between private sector and government and between our three nations. Remember, it's all about pioneering sustainable solutions together between our three nations. And so that is what we will be seeking to find, what government is doing, what they are planning to do, private sector, and some of the initiatives that they have put in place towards sustainability and ensuring that business is done the right way. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome my panelists up here on stage. Ms. Anna Beata Christensen Tvinnereim, who's the Norwegian Minister of International Development and Nordic Cooperation. Welcome. Also here, Mr. Johan Forssell, who's the Swedish Minister for International Cooperation and Foreign Trade. Welcome up here. We could have you join us. Also joining us on the panel is Ms. Anna-Marit Buren-Flatten, who's a State Secretary. Welcome, Ms. Anna. Please. And from the other end of the spectrum, please occupy the table at the furthest end, Ms. Anna. Okay, thank you. No, at that end. Yes, the next table. Great, thank you. Mr. Ngema Waidaka, who's partner and manager Kenya Norscan 22. Welcome up here on stage. And Mr. Sitoro Lopokoyet, who's the Managing Director, M-Pesa Africa, and the Chief Financial Officer for Safaricom. We've heard a lot about M-Pesa. We'll hear more about it here. And then, ladies and gentlemen, last but certainly not least, Ms. Helen Wooden, who's the CEO of Wooden Water. Please, let's give them a warm round of applause as we begin our conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, we try to make sure the panel is also well represented when it comes to gender. Thank you very much for joining us. So I'd like to start, with the government side for a moment. Climate change is real. It's a threat everybody across the world is facing. So I'd like to start with you, Ms. Tvinnereim. How do we pave the way for trade and investments to be able to reach the goals that we have set out on the globe?
Thank you very much, Your Royal Highnesses, ministers, colleague, friends. My Swedish colleague and I recently returned from COP27 in Sharm el-Sheikh. And, global climate negotiations are vital and essential to save us from the imminent threat of climate change. But we know that that is only going to take us so far. What's really going to make the difference is the implementation of new technology and innovation from private businesses such as the ones we see here in the audience. And as Minister of International Development of Norway, in charge of Norwegian ODA, the Official Development Assistance money, I know that, important as it is, ODA will only take us this far. What really can make a difference is if we use that money, the ODA money, to leverage private investments. And that is something I know that both my Swedish colleague and I are really looking into, new innovative mechanisms to make sure that the private investments get out there on the ground, because we have no time to waste. And thank you, honourable ministers, for mentioning also the Norwegian pledge on climate finance and doubling the climate finance. And just let me underline that contributes a whole lot of that pledge contributes to substantial investments in renewable energy and climate adaptation. And you know that climate adaptation to a large extent includes climate-smart food production, which is something that Kenya, the region, and Africa truly needs. I believe that, I see that there's a lot of excellent partnership between Norwegian businesses and Kenyan businesses already. I see when I regularly meet the Norwegian business community, especially small-scale businesses, they are very forward-leaning. very eager to get their technologies and their services out there on the ground. So I see my job as Minister of International to contribute to that scene. And I know that Norwegian companies have a whole lot to contribute on the transition to renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, food production, and environmental technology and digital solutions. And we know, let me just underline energy, because energy is key to mitigation, it's key to adaptation to climate change, and to developing future industries and employment. Because what we need to do is not only make sure that the whole world reaches the green transition, we need to produce a whole lot more food. We have to have everyone on board on that travel, on that journey. Let us see, you know, the climate, this huge challenge of saving the climate. It's also a huge business opportunity.
Indeed,
I'll
it
stop
is.
there. Thank you.
Indeed, thank you. Minister Fossel, where do you see us going? What inputs do you feel you and other government stakeholders can provide?
Well, Your Royal Highnesses and Honourable Ministers, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's a true privilege for me to stand here today representing the new Swedish government at the opening of this business forum. And thank you for the question. I think my government sees a great potential when it comes to even further strengthening the ties between Sweden and Norway and Kenya. And I know that that is a potential that many Swedish and Norwegian companies also see a great potential in, and many of them are here today. And Kenya, both as a partner, both when it comes to commercial, financial, and the logistical hub of Eastern Africa, really offers such tremendous possibilities within a very wide range of sectors. I think that's very important to underline. It's not just one or two sectors here. It can be energy, ICT, telecom, infrastructure, the green transition, etc. And these are opportunities that I think Kenya is in many ways seizing already. And I am confident that when in place, the implementation of this economic partnership agreement would be a building block towards economic integration, as well as when it comes to the EAC, but also when it comes to the AFC-FTA, the free trade agreement. And I would also like to underline that the importance of the fact that Kenya is already one of the most important trade partners in sub-Saharan Africa for Sweden and for the whole of European Union. And we hope to finalize the EPA negotiations during the Swedish presidency of the European Union from January the 1st next year. And on the importance